Hi Jessica, it's me and my dog Gia. She decided to join me for the video. Say hi, Gia. Say hi. Okay, before I get into my self-care plan, I wanted to take a minute to talk about what I've learned overall, like in general, when it comes to mental health. Um, I feel like this class has been a very eye-opening experience as well as something I feel like I needed, and it's helped me a lot, not only in terms of understanding how important my own mental health is, but I honestly feel like it's helped me further understand my relationship with my current girlfriend right now. And I honestly just have to thank you, Jessica. I really do. And I'm doing this video like I do my YouTube videos where like they're unscripted. So a lot of the stuff is just coming from up here and in here, and this next part just comes from in here because I honestly really thank you, because I feel like without the knowledge I have now, without the knowledge I have now about mental health, I feel like my relationship wouldn't be where it's at right now. Um, this class has taught me how to deal with people who have gone through trauma and how to better understand them and things I can do to help them move forward as well as challenge them without pushing them too far. And I feel like that has helped me with my girlfriend because she's been through a lot, and affection isn't her number one thing. And this class has taught me how to communicate what I need from her without being overly needy or pushing my needs over what I can do to better have her do that on her own. And the relationship is going great. I mean, we had a little hiccup, but things are working out, and I feel like without knowing what I know now as becoming a CHW and how to deal with people who've been through trauma, I wouldn't have gotten this far. And I really have to thank you, Jessica, for not only allowing me to trust you. Trying not to get emotional. Not only to trust you with my information and my story and all the stuff I've gone through, and I never once felt like I was burdening you because you actually took the time to listen. And I feel like that's great, to be able to trust someone with information and take what they say at face value. They tell you how it is, and they give you actual useful feedback and advice, and I really have to thank you for that. I mean, it's only furthered my expectation of what people should expect of me as a CHW, because I've learned how to listen by being in the person's shoes. I just hope I can be as understanding and as great of a person as you. You've really helped me a lot. And I'm glad that I'm graduating it, but this moment is bittersweet because I actually really enjoyed this class. And I never thought I would say that as a college student, because I literally hated almost every class I've been in. But your class has literally been one of the best. I actually looked forward to it. And I'm glad that my journey for this degree is coming to an end, but I'm also sad to see you go in a sense too. So with all that being said, I feel like with my self-care plan, it's not only for myself, but it's also something I've shared and brought up to my girlfriend as well, that this is something we can do as individuals as well as something we can do with each other. So I want to start off with, what does self-care mean to me? So self-care to me before used to just be, keep your head straight. Don't really, don't really care what other people say. Just focus on you, you'll be fine. But now self-care, to me now, knowing what I do know, is partially all of what I previously just stated, but it also means, to really take the time to sit back and reflect and ask yourself the bigger picture. Ask yourself the hard questions that you're in denial to ask yourself because you're afraid that you're going to be too self-critical. So self-care means to me that you really need to take your space. Sometimes you need to ask people for your own space so you can process things and come up with a viable solution instead of acting out in the moment and making a rash decision. Self-care to me is really take the time to think about what you want in life and don't over stress about things because life is too short to stress over anything. Self-care is to not bottle things up, not bottle emotion or anger or sadness. It's to talk to someone, because if you bottle those things up, it's only gonna hurt you in the long run. So I feel like self-care is just looking out for yourself not in a sense of arrogance, but in a sense of keeping your inner peace, keeping yourself calm, and keeping yourself moving forward. It's great to live in the moment, but it's also great to live in the moment towards the future. Always forward, never back. So how do I practice self-care? Lately I've picked up the habit of writing whenever I'm upset or something bothers me, and I feel like this really played a part when, going through my breakup that I had gone through in the beginning of, or the later half of March to the beginning of April. I would write everything down, all my thoughts, whether I was angry, sad, upset, or just something I wanted to say to someone that wasn't physically here. And I feel like it's important to do that because it allowed me to let out all my emotion, all my thoughts, all my anger, all my sadness, instead of bottling it and making myself sick over it. I've picked up writing, I've picked up creating videos again on YouTube, and that's very recent. And it's something I love to do. I love to make videos, I love to edit, and I'm sure that in this video I'm adding a whole bunch of edits and stuff. And if not, it's probably due to time constraint. But when I practice self-care when it comes to writing. Whether it's exercise as well, especially now that there's nothing to do, I just take this one over here for a good run and a good walk. I feel like practice self-care for me is writing, exercise, writing music, playing my guitar, sometimes just playing video games, just basically de-stressing myself. Self-care, the way I'm practicing is just doing things I enjoy to relieve all my stress and forget about my problems, and it's kind of therapeutic to me, and I feel like that's very important. What are some challenges that I faced and I will continue to face while developing and implementing my self-care plan? I know for a fact a big challenge I faced, and I know this because people have told me this before, and I came to the realization a little bit ago, and I'm actually starting to face it now, is I have the ability, and I'm pretty sure you know this, Jessica, to overthink and overanalyze every little thing. And in some aspects, it's great. I say that meaning like it's great in a workplace or great to overthink decisions I make that will further my future. But I feel like in relationship-wise, overthinking is not a good thing to do, because I'll overanalyze the littlest thing, and it's something I'm working on, and I feel like I'm doing really good with it, and I hope the people in my life are seeing that I'm doing better with it, because I'm really trying, and I feel like that is something I will continue to face, because it's hard, especially when you've done that all your life, and it's something that you unconsciously do. It's not like I sit out there every day saying, oh, this means this, blah blah blah, you know what I mean? It's not something I actively do. It's just a subconscious habit that I need to continue to try to subdue, so that way it doesn't affect my decision making. because I want to make a decision that's going to better myself and something that may take time to think about rather than act in the moment and make a rash decision. So I feel like it's very important that people realize what their challenge is and they continue to face it moving forward, and it's very important on how you handle that. Another challenge I feel like I faced is opening up in a sense. I am very open when it comes to certain things, especially when it comes to my relationship, because this is the first time I've really felt this way about someone. And I feel like my problem isn't opening up about how I feel about this person. It's more about opening up on things that bother me, because I'm so afraid, especially considering all the things my girlfriend has went through. I'm afraid to open up and say how I feel when it comes to things that bother me or things I'm uncomfortable with, because I'm afraid that she will take that as, oh, you can't handle this. Maybe I'm not the one for you. I can't do this for you. I can't do that for you. I feel like I'm, walking on eggshells, but I've faced that, and she's even told me that she's not that fragile. She's told me that I personally need to really give her more credit than what I am, and she appreciates how understanding and how easygoing I am, but she says that she never wants me to feel like I can't tell her what's on my mind, because she's not that fragile. And to a point, yeah, she's not that fragile, but it's just my fear of hurting someone else the way I've been hurt in the past, and that's a challenge I'm facing. Is I don't want to feel like I can't say what I want to say, and I've actually gotten better with that. So how likely am I to continue my self-care plan? I don't believe it's something that you just do for like a certain period of time, whether it's like a week or 2 months or 3 months, 6 months, a year. I honestly feel like this is helping me so much with the plan I've developed that I'm going to carry it with me for the rest of my life, because it's something that I'm starting to really value, and I feel like it's something that's helped me so much. Why would I want to stop doing that? It's something that I feel, since it's something I created and something I developed that personally caters to me and my needs, that's why it works. Because you can go to a life coach, you can go to your mom, your dad, your cousin, your uncle, anybody, best friend, whoever, and they can give you a set plan, but nobody knows you better than you know you. So I feel like when it comes to a self-care plan that I developed, I made it for me, and that's why it works so well. So do I think I'm ever gonna stop doing this? No, I really don't, and I say that wholeheartedly. I really don't think I'm gonna stop, because I've noticed since I've started it, I've been so much happier, so much more in tune with myself, so much more open with the people I love, and it's just making my life feel so much better. Are you gonna leave? Okay. It just makes me feel so much better, and I love it. Yeah, I love every minute of it. And I know I said it in the beginning of the video, but I really do thank you, Jessica. I thank you so much, and I hope I can continue to stay in contact with you if I ever do need help, because I feel like you've become more than just a teacher. You've become a friend that I value, and I thank you so much, Jessica, for the opportunity to take this class. And you've worked with me so well. You've been so understanding. You've helped me with assignments, with life problems. You've just been there as a friend, and I can't thank you more. I can't thank you enough for that. So with all of that being said, again, I thank you so much. I had a great time in your class, and I hope you're proud of me.